Hello and welcome to today's Delta Credit Tip. Congratulations, you just got divorced. What does that mean about the debts that you carry together? Let's talk about that on today's Delta Credit Tip when we come right back. Hello and welcome back to today's Delta Credit Tip. So you just got divorced. Congratulations. Now you're moving on. And in the course of the divorce decree, judge says, this half shall pay these debts, this half shall pay these debts. Well, several months afterwards, things don't quite go in that direction. And you discover on your credit report that your former spouse is no longer paying those bills that was decreed by the court. Unfortunately, with your credit, it doesn't matter. What the judge says does not in any way dissolve your relationship that you have with that lender or creditor or merchant. Your divorce is completely irrelevant. They still have the right to come after you. So if your former spouse was responsible for a bill, you need to make sure that before the divorce decree is finalized, that you've spoken to your attorney about consequences of non-compliance with the decree of the court. The decree of the court. Oftentimes, a divorcee can be considered in contempt. Oftentimes, there may be remedies that your attorney can create for you. For instance, a liquidatable clause that says, hey, if this asset cannot be paid or refinanced or something along those lines, that a sale date has to be put in place. See, the thing about your loans, if you're in a co-borrow situation with your spouse or your former spouse at this point, your former spouse might not have the capacity to get that item refinanced. There are more things even above credit that matter, like the capacity to pay. If their income requires yours to satisfy the risk tolerance of that lender, they're not going to be able to refinance that car or house or whatever boat or whatever it is that you guys have jointly. Okay? And truly, that is the only way that they're going to be able to get that liability away from you. Now, there are opportunities where you can get an item like that excluded in a loan process, right? And if you'd like to learn more about that, you can click on the link that we have below and it'll take you to that video. But from a liability standpoint, no, what the judge says doesn't matter, but you definitely want to have that conversation with your attorney as you're going through your divorce so that there could be some sort of, like I said, contempt clause, liquidation clause, or something along those lines in writing so that we have a clear understanding of what is expected of each former spouse. So I hope this information helps. If it does, please subscribe below. And whatever you do, you must share this information. Share it, share it, share it. Again, that's the only way that we're going to educate ourselves is if we share information like this. And this is the best way that you can make a choice to make a change. Delta.